Okay, this is the second half of 11.3. This time we're going over the sector part. So the area of a sector AB is going to be over the area of circle pi r squared, which is going to be part over the whole. Okay, hopefully y'all can see that. If you can't, these will be on Google Classroom. Remember, the whole is going to be 360 degrees. So once again, let me go ahead and change the color, because I know some of y'all are going to complain that you can't see it, and you need to. So the area of sector APB, so APB, remember that's like a pizza slice, is going to be part over whole. Remember, this is going to be the area, and that's going to be equal to part over whole in degrees. So we have seen a formula very similar to this, and you will see this on your test. By the way, you will have a test over this stuff, so all of chapter 11 on Thursday. Okay, so go ahead and give you a heads up. I don't need to hear that I didn't know. Okay, for number 5, it says find the area of the sector. Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer to the nearest tenth. So I don't know if you can see that. That's 62 degrees, and that's 4 inches. So I know the formula is going to be x over pi. Remember, it's r squared equals part over whole in degrees. Okay? So remember, this is A for area, D for degrees. So I'm going to fill in everything. X equals pi 4 squared equals 62 over 360. So what do I have to do in order to start solving this? Any of y'all know? You're going to have to actually solve it. Okay, so cross multiply, right? So I'm going to have 360x equals 62 times pi, and then 4 squared. So what's 4 times 4? That's going to be 16. Okay? Put these all in parentheses so you know that they're different. Now, the 360s, what's with x? I got to multiply or divide everything by 360. So when I do that, I'm going to end up getting the answer. You're going to have to multiply 62 times 16. Once you divide all that, x equals 8.7 inches squared. Okay? So far, so good? Okay, number 6. Find the area of the sector. Use 3.14 for pi. Round your answer once again to the nearest tenth. So number 6 is more like number 5. I know that the radius is 11 kilometers, and my degrees this time is 120. Now, instead of writing this formula like I did up here, I'm going to go ahead and just rewrite, or just write using my formula. So I'm going to have x equals pi 11 squared equals 120 over 360. Okay, everyone have that? So once again, I'm gonna have to cross multiply. So I'm gonna have 360x equals 120 times pi times 121. So it's 11 squared is 121. I'm gonna divide everything by 360 degrees. Remember, you will have to multiply 120 times 121 first, then divide by 360. X should equal 126.6 kilometers squared. And once again, if I'm going too fast, you can pause this video. It's the joys of me not actually being there for once. You can actually put me on mute. Number 7. Find the radius of the circle, use 3.14. Okay, so I know I have 150, and I also know that the area equals 64.11. So instead of finding x this time, I know I have 64.11 up here. I know the area formula is pi r squared, and this time I am finding r, so I don't have a number here. I know that the degrees part is 150, and a circle, always and forever, 360 degrees. So I'm still going to have to cross multiply. So I'm going to have 64.11 times 360 is going to equal 150 times pi times r squared. When I multiply all that together, and remember, instead of pi, I'm going to use 3.14. So I'm going to have 23,079.6 equals 471 r squared. Now I'm trying to get r by itself. So I have to divide everything by 471, and that's going to leave me with 49 equals r squared. I got to get r, so I do have to square root it, and you should know by now, what's the square root of 49? It's going to be 7. Don't forget your label. It's going to be inches. Okay, we got one more problem. Number 8. Number 8. Okay, find the diameter of the circle, and you're going to use, once again, 3.14. In your homework, I'm not going to lie, you're probably just going to use the pi button, just for notes purposes only. So the area is 74.14, the degrees is 85. So 74, that color is not really showing up. Let me change my color real quick. (74.14) over pi r squared. That's going to be 85 over 360. So you're setting it up just like the last problem. Once again, you're going to cross multiply. So you're going to have 74.14 times 360 equals 85 times pi times r squared. Plug that in the calculator, you're going to get 26,690.4. And that's going to equal 266.9 r squared. Now remember, you're going to have to divide that by what's with r squared. So I'm going to divide everything by 226.9. Or I'm sorry, 266.9. And that's going to leave me with 100 equals r squared. Once again, I got to square root it. So square root of that is going to be 10. Now remember, the question asked me to find the diameter. So I do have to double it. So twice the amount of 10 is 20. So the diameter is 20 yards. Okay. Now, there will be a prettier version with more work shown on Google Classroom. You should have your homework. It is 11.3 worksheet. It is due tomorrow, and you have all 10 problems. Okay. If you have questions, remember you can contact me through the Remind app. All right. See you later.